Jane, I would love for you to walk down memory lane with me and go back to when we met in the campus at the UCLA MedTech. And what was your origin story?
Yeah, Brenda, I really appreciate your this opportunity, and thank you for the great intro. It was unforgettable, right? Why every day I'm reminded of why I'm on this mission, because my own son, who was a preschooler back then, had recurring ear, nose, and throat issues, especially ear infections. It was basically nonstop. A lot of the weekends, my colleagues would ask me, "What are you doing on the weekend?" I'd be like, "My son is having a fever. I'm taking next week off." So it happened 4 times. In the first year, he went to childcare, and one of the times he had a high fever. We went to the ER. It took us 4 hours sitting there, um, nonstop with his, crying and screaming. Um, and the other times we were referred to an ENT specialist who was about to put in ear tubes in his ears. And other times we were misdiagnosed because he had ear, nose, and hand, foot, mouth disease, where we were given antibiotics. I give him 10 days and he's still spiking a fever. It keeps on coming back. And the doctor said, it was a moment of revelation where this physician, my pediatrician, told me, come take a look by yourself. I was like, what, why? And he said the throat, or the back of his throat, was all white blisters. So this was not an ear infection. Um, who gave you antibiotics? That was the question he asked me. He said, you should be able to look by yourself. And why weren't you doing that? I was like, what, really? I'm a biomedical engineer by training, by the way.
Right.
Especially in low resource setting diagnostics, or like basically home diagnostic kits. Um, he asked me, why aren't you looking by yourself? I was like, what am I supposed to look? And with what? So that's where this whole idea of building something for the people at home to be able to examine, share, and in the future getting assistance in identifying ENT diseases became very important to me.